Today I am reading from the book Spirit of Homeopathy, episode number 1. What is homeopathy? Homeopathy is a system of medicine founded by the celebrated physician Dr. Samuel Hahnemann of the Germany. It is based on the principle that likes cure like. In practice, this means that the medicine capable of producing certain effect when taken by a healthy human being is capable of curing any illness that displays similar effects. Likes cure likes. Under this label, for example, if a healthy person takes a dose of arsenic, he will develop a vomiting, diarrhea of the rice water stool, a rapid pulse and prostration. His skin will become a cold and his expression anxious. In a smaller dose or when taken for a longer time, he will develop a running nose, heavy head, cough and bronchial chatter. Even later there will be a specific disturbance of the skin and nerves. He will have burning all over which is relieved by the warmth. Frequent thirst for the sip of water, fear of death, restlessness and worsening of symptom at noon and midnight. श्रूयते हि पुरालोके विषम औषधम. According to homeopathic law that the like cures likes, countless patients display such a symptom have been cured by the arsenic irrespectively of name of the disease, cholera, cold, eczema, asthma, etc. This principle has also been mentioned by the ancient Indian poet Kavi Kalidas that Shruyate hi puraloke veshya visham ausadam. Translated this read, it has been said of old time in the world that poison is the remedy for poison. Hippocrates postulated this principle in the word similia similibus curantur. Likes are cured by likes. The practice of homeopathy is based on certain fundamental principles. Firstly, the remedy that are used are tested on the healthy human being or healthy volunteer, means you can say prover, to elicit the symptoms they can produce. The symptom of each remedy as experienced by the prover are recorded in exact detail and they form the homeopathic materia medica. The symptom of the patients are matched with the symptom of the various remedies in the materia medica to find out the single remedy whose symptoms are most similar to those of the patient, means like cures like. Under the label potentization, Hahnemann's scientific experiment led him to process of potentization. A step-by-step dilution and jerking of the drug make it extremely powerful and at the same time renders it harmless. This is a direct contrast to the toxic drug of the modern medicine and their side effect. Potencies employed by the homeopathy are from mother tincture to the 10,000 potencies. The 6th potency will have roughly a dilution of 1 drop of the original drug substance diluted in leg full of water. Each potency is 100 times more diluted than the previous one. Imagine the 1 leg's dilution. No one has been able to satisfactorily explain how medicine can act when diluted to so much fantastic limit. Yet, potency are found to act very powerfully. It seems that in the process of potentization, stored up energy of the drug is liberated. Now, heading is the healer within. The practice of homeopathy convinces the physician to regard the body as a more than a sum of its parts. Unlike a machine, it develops, carries on its function and repair itself independently. In this sense, everyone carries within himself his own doctor. Ancient physicians were familiar with the natural power of the organism to control disease and they invented for it the beautiful expression There's vis medicatrix nature, means healing power of the nature. This healing power is a function of the life force itself. Hahnemann called it the vital force. Disease is a disturbance of the force. This force, out of 10 people who get wet in the rain, only one got pneumonia. Most bacteria can affect us only when our own healing power is diminished or resistance is low. By removing the bacteria by the antibiotic or anything else, we are doing nothing to correct the lack of resistance. Homeopathy medicines aim at correcting the disturbance of the vital force and thus enhance the power of the body to heal itself. It does not aim at removing the symptoms of the part affected but treat the cause and restore the health. According to homeopathy, symptoms are reflection of the disturbed vital force. Sickness is like a sitar whose correct tuning has been disturbed. Naturally, all the notes from such a sitar will be far from the melodies. There is no use in trying to correct the individual notes. It is the disturbance in the tuning itself which has to be corrected. Now, under the label treating man as a whole. Another fundamental principle of homeopathy is that it treats the patient as a whole and as an individual. There is no medicine for the particular disease, but there is a medicine for the patient suffering from the disease. The individual, not the disease, is the entity, said the celebrated Sir William Oscar. The homeopathy takes into considerations all the symptoms that distinguish a person as an individual. Even a salesman of the ready-made clothes must try to fit the ready-made suit according to the measurement of each individual. The homeopath thus inquire into the detail of the patient's past, family history, his appetite, thirst, bowel habit, sleep, etc. And the most important of all, he asks about this his temperament. It is being increasingly acknowledged these days that the mind and body are interlinked. We now see the rapid rise of the holistic concept of the disease with the emphasis on the psychosomatic area. Hahnemann recognized it long ago and stressed that bodily and mental symptoms are to be taken together to form the portrait of the disease. The homeopathic materia medica is rich in the mental symptoms and we especially use this in selecting the remedy. The present problem of the patients is not usually an isolated occurrence. It is a part of the sequence. The family history and the event during the childhood are taken into account. As homeopathy treats not only the present symptom but the entire sequence, thereby preventing the process of disease. Children under the homeopathic treatment grow into the more healthy adult as they find relief from the bad inheritance as well. They are also relief from the bad inheritance. It has been said that the child is father of the man. Thus, even in an infant, we can perceive the beginning of future illness. The infant may perspire so much about its head during the sleep as to soak into the pillow. Perhaps the fontanelles are slow in closing. The child may be slow in walking and teething and also develop the habit of eating muds and the chalk. She looks fat, but there is no strength. She may develop the enlarged tonsil. She catch cold often, and each cold further enlarge the tonsil. The menses occur too slow and are profuse. She and are too profuse. She feels cold all the time and lack the energy. Slowing a cough begins, and there is a faintest trace of the fever. There is a desire for cold milk and eggs. The cough further worsen and at the evening and fever become well marked. the X-ray shows tuberculosis. Uh, One can see that TB did not appear all at once. It has evolved from the childhood. The sign of ill health were all there. They indicate the homeopathic medicine Calcia carbonica. Had this remedy been given in infancy, the girl would not have developed the later in adult life the tuberculosis. But it is never too late. Even now, homeopathy will build up her health in this way. A problem child has to be helped to normalcy by the homeopathy. A good homeopath learns how to perceive a disease as a continually evolving process which begins in the womb and unless arrested and cured ends in the tomb. There are many measures to palliate and ease the patient, but the progress of the disease continue unless it is treated on the homeopathic principle. In fact, most if not all, curative therapies, including some from the psychotherapy, medication, etc., are consciously or unconsciously based on the similar principles. The homeopathy applied the principles of scientifically and systematically using carefully tested medicine. Sometime in the course of homeopathic treatment, the history of past illness appear briefly in the reverse order, like a film being played backward. When this happens, we know that not only the present but also it goes in the past has been treated at the future and the future is secure. To homeopathy, to the homeopath, the knowledge of anatomy, medicine, surgery and gynecology is necessary since he has to examine the patient and come to diagnosis. This will help him to know the nature, course and the ailment and how to manage the case well. But his most important task to understand the individuality of each patient fully and correctly so that he may select the right remedy. Now under label the medicine of homeopathy. The process of potentization brings out the latent medicinal energy in those substances. By virtue of the process, anything from sand means silica to moon like a luna can be used as a medicine in homeopathy. The medicine are derived from the following sources. From the animal kingdom, there are many medicines like tarantula, spider, canthari, Spanish fly, sepia, cuttlefish, buforana. And from plant kingdom, aconite napellus, belladonna atropa, Bryonia alba, lycopodium. And from mineral kingdoms, there are sulfur, calcarea carb, natrum mure, natrum sulf, and disease product like nosodes, tuberculosis means tuberculinum, pyrogenum, and ringworm. Healthy tissues and secretions means sarcodes. From sarcodes, medicine are thyroid and pituitary, thyroidinum, and from the natural source like imponterevilla, medicines made up from magnet and X-ray. Under the label fascinating journey, what has been said so far is a bird-eyes view of the system. We shall now examine each aspect in depth and we will get very good idea of the homeopathy way of looking at health, disease and cure. We will see how to take the case and understand the individuality of each patient, how we perceive remedies and how we apply them in a practice. Let us begin this fascinating journey.